For those who are working with the strategy analyzer, there is quite an exciting little development that has been discovered by one of our group members, and that relates to applying the settings from the strategy analyzer to your trading chart. So I'm going to run the strategy analyzer. So those who are familiar with it, using the DTB strategies, the analytical strategy in particular, you put in all the settings that you want to use and selecting either your time slots, your stop ticks, your target ticks. So in this example, I'm going to be running a strategy using target ticks only, and I've selected 10 there, and I have added my settings A to B, 1 to 20 with 0 tick delay. I'm optimizing the repaints, so you can choose to select them true, false, or optimize. I'm running this on the gold contract, and I'm using a 1-1 bar size, and I'm analyzing today's data specifically. So I've actually chosen a trading hours template. I've created one for Wednesday, 6 p.m. open to 6 p.m. Wednesday open to 3 a.m. So it's only going to show me today's specific data from that period, and I'm optimizing max net profit. So I'm going to run that. And what that's going to do, it's going to give me the best settings that have currently, or that are currently working for today's data only. So that is specifically analyzing today's data. So I always put today's date as the start date and tomorrow's date as the end date. So what that does is it's going to give me optimizations up until current price and up until current time. If I scroll back on this chart, we'll just wait for the optimizer to complete for that to work. So while this is finishing, it's very important to match up your analyzer settings. So the same data that you're using on your trading chart must be the same data that you are using in your analyzer. That's the only way you're going to get accurate results. So scrolling back to the beginning of the day, you'll see that the start time was 6:15, and it's currently running, and it's now 23:27. So if I bring up my trading chart and I look at the time on my trading chart, it's exactly the same time. Okay, so let's bring this up. So once the strategy analyzer has run and you've actually put in all your settings, you can go through your list of results, and you can have a look at the different results like this, and you can choose a very specific set of settings that you want to use for your trading chart. So as an example, I'm going to use this 613.0. Oh, that's what I've got on my chart already. But let me choose a different one then. So I'm going to choose setting as 360 as my settings for my chart. So I'm going to click on this result. It's very important to do it this way. So I'm going to click on this result, and then I'm going to click on template, save, and I can call it whatever I want, but I'm just calling it the gold bar 1_1, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and you will be overwriting that number or that template every time you save over it if you're going to use the same one. Now what you can do is you can switch to your trading chart, and if you've got a strategy active and you want to change your settings, you click the pause button, you go into your strategies, and all you do is you click on the disable button, and you go to your template, load, and you select the template that you just saved. And what that's going to do, it's going to pre-populate all the settings from the analyzer. So you do not have to now go and change your setting A, your setting B, your trend or your reverse, your stop ticks, your target ticks, whatever you selected in your strategy analyzer. All those settings will basically be transferred to your strategy your strategy settings. So as soon as those strategy settings have been populated like they have, all you have to do now is go and click on enable, and then you will notice that the chart is matching the strategy analyzer. So a quick way to check is look at the max drawdown and the net profit at the bottom of your chart, and you can also look at the plotted trades. So by clicking on this button over here for the global crosshair and doing the same thing on your actual trading chart, you can actually compare the trades that have been entered and the plotting of those positions to see if they're matching up. Now, as you can see, they have. Now the very last trade was entered over there on the trading chart, and the very next position, sorry, was actually over there. This little pink arrow that you see over there is the current position that the strategy would be in with those settings. Now when you run the strategy analyzer, it's going to close off the position at the time when you run the strategy analyzer. So that's why this one is showing a closed position over there, but the strategy chart itself is not showing a closed position, because that is the last signal that the strategy entered, and what it's going to be doing as soon as you press the start button, it's going to be acting on the very next signal of the strategy. Again, if you don't want it to act on the very next signal, you can actually go into your strategy settings, and instead of selecting wait until flat synchronize account, you can select immediately submit synchronize account, and what the strategy will do on the chart, it will enter into that position. So at the last position, as we said, was a sell position. The price is very close to that position. So as soon as you do immediately submit synchronize account, just make sure to click the start button. So that's green, and that means that the strategy is now handling the positions. And there, as you can see, it's got its target in place. And when the strategy flicks over signals, it will exit that position, or if that price hits the target, it will exit. So that is a great way to run the strategies without having to go and manually put in the settings from the analyzer into your settings for your strategy. And in that way, you're also limiting mistakes, because you may have forgotten to untick a box for a stop ticks or target ticks. You may have gotten the trend wrong, or the reverse setting wrong, or any of these settings, even the repaints. So this is a good way just to transfer those settings exactly over to your trading chart. Great, so hopefully that helps, and I look forward to seeing what you guys can make of this. Thank you.